folks. It's the team from Eurovision Ireland, and we're back with another one of our shows. This is the third of six, previewing the songs from the 2026 Eurovision Song Contest taking place in Vienna in May. I'll quickly introduce the team first. We have Sarah.
Hi everyone.
We have hiding after what he said about Sweden, James.
Hi, everyone.
Bogdan,
Hi everyone.
Rich,
Hi.
and me and Staggy. We've recorded that there are two shows. There are two shows up already. If you've not seen them, go and look for them. We're going to look at six songs in the show. We're each going to give each song a score out of 10. So there's a possible 50 and also a possible zero. It's out of 50. And you can find, if you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe. You can find us on lots of social media channels. So the six we're looking at in this show are the songs that were in pot three in the draw that was done some time ago in Vienna, which are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Israel, Poland, and Ukraine. And I have to say, at this juncture, we're reviewing songs. We're not making political judgments, right? Just get that out of the way. We're going to kick off with Armenia. They're sending a song called Paloma Rumba by Simon. I don't believe he's had a hand in the lyric, but it's been written by David Tsverian, Eva Vaskayan, Lilia Navasantyan, and Rosa Kazbanyan. So there's a lot of Armenian surnames going off in there. And the person reviewing this one is Bogdan.
Thank you, John. So Simone was internally selected, and we just were presented the video, the whole concept of it. It's like a rebellion against working from 9 to 5 and finding that freedom in a very rock dance, a little bit of rumba, a little bit of oriental mixed music over there. It's definitely highly entertaining, energetic. My main concern was, will Simone be able to pull this off live? Like, being such a high energetic song, and you need to perform it all the time, like with high intensity. And then I remember that back in 2025, he did a similar song called I Papai Bye Bye, something like that. And he performed really well, like on a high energetic level. And then I dug deeper, and I found out that he was actually a professional dancer before. So has all the tools to perform and sing and dance at the same time. So that put my mind to ease. Now I'm really looking forward to the show on the big stage to see how it will go. I'm enjoying this song. I dance along, I tap along, so I think it's a good song to keep the public entertained and the viewers at home. Speaking of that, and my score is an 8.
An 8. You beat me to it there, yeah. What is your score for? Yes, yeah. An 8 out of 10. Who are we going next to? Sarah, what's your score for Armenia?
7.
7, right, thank you. And Rich?
I'm sticking to a 7 with this.
7 as well. And James?
I can't wait to cover Staggy and post-it notes for this one. This is 7.
And it's a 7 from me as well. So that gives a fairly creditable 36 out of a possible 50. Moving on to their neighbours, we're staying in the Caucasus and we're going to Azerbaijan. The Azerbaijani song is called Jiva, and it's performed by Jiva. My apologies. It's called Just Go, and it's been written by Fuad Javadov. I hope I've got that name right. Nice to have just a single writer for a song. The person reviewing this one is Sarah.
Right. Well, Azerbaijan. I think over the last couple of years at least, it's as far back as 2022, I think they seem to have lost their way a little bit in this contest. They failed to qualify since 2022. To be honest, I can't see that changing this year either. What I would say is it's not a bad song, but it's not a brilliant song either. It's pleasant enough to listen to, but as we know, with Eurovision, the song has got to appeal on first listen. And if I'm honest, when I listened to this, I felt myself drifting off about halfway through. The song has got to catch. You've only got one chance on the night. The song has got to catch the attention of people because not everybody's going to listen to the songs prior to the contest. There are still people who prefer to leave it until the actual night and have their first listen then. What I would say is I'm wondering whether the staging might help it. If the staging can elevate the song, which, as we know, sometimes an average song can turn into a good song just through the staging and the performance. And we know that Azerbaijan are certainly more than capable of bringing good staging. But will it save it? We'll see. Unfortunately, I can't see them qualifying this year either.
Thanks, Sarah.
My scoring, I'm going to give it a 6.
6. Thank you, Sarah. I was going to go on to the next question. Rich, what's your score for Georgia? Sorry, for Azerbaijan?
5.
5. Thank you. And James?
I'm going to give it a 6.
6. It's getting a 4 from me. I just didn't want to hear out the other, I'm afraid. And Bogdan?
A 4 as well.
4. Thank you. A score of 25. Halfway. I've got a score of 50% there. Staying in the Caucasus, it's the other third, and we're going to Georgia. And now it's performed by Bzikovi, who you may have seen if you were an aficionado of Junior Eurovision. They won it, if you didn't know. This song is called On Replay, but this time they're singing in English and not singing at all. It's been written by Giga Kukianidze and Lisa Japaridze, who again, I believe Lisa may have done her stuff in Eurovision before. It's over to Rich for this one.
So Zikby, as John mentioned, they won Junior Eurovision back in 2008. So it's only taken them a mere 16 years to get to the adult stage. Can they be the first junior act to win Eurovision? Who knows? First 2 preview shows we've done for 2026, I've been able to look at the national final performance. This one, I've only been able to see an official music video, so I haven't really seen the performance as such. What I will say is they have energy. And if you listen or watch the video and certainly see the chorus on play, it replicates the energy of Buzz that they won at Junior Eurovision. And those of us that were in Yerevan for Junior back in 2022, they sang live during the 20 winner anniversary interval act thing, and they certainly know how to perform. They've got the energy. It'll be interesting to see how they stage it, because we haven't seen it performed on a stage yet. I'm expecting George to do really well here. I think this will break the curse they've had for the last few years.
Thanks, Rich. What's your score for Georgia?
I'm going to give it a solid 8.
Solid 8, thank you. James?
I'm giving it a 10. I hope this wins for them.
That'll be good. It's getting an 8 from me as well. Bogdan?
An 8 as well.
An 8, another 8, a solid 8. And Sarah?
8 as well for me.
8. 42. 42. That's not a bad. If a song can get in its 40s, then that's not doing that badly as far as we're concerned. Right, moving on. We're heading to the Med now, and we're going to Israel. Just wait for the flag to come up. There we go. They're sending a song this year. They're sending a male vocalist for a change after the past couple of years of sending female vocalists called Noam Batan, and he's sending a song called Michelle. So we've got another female name as a song title. He's going for a variety of languages, and this has been written by Nadav Aharoni, Noam himself, and Yuval Raphael, whose name you might recognise from Eurovision. This one's been reviewed by James, so it's over to you.
So I wanted to touch on something you said about it being a male vocalist, because I think that's a nice change. We've had a lot of female vocals from Israel over the last few years, so having a male vocalist is sort of a nice change there. He's got a very strong but sort of very gentle voice, which is nice. I like the sort of strings at the beginning. It's very gentle. His vocal adds that really nicely. Then the song, it sort of picks up tempo a bit. It's got a bit of an Eastern Med sound under it, sort of quite rhythmic. There's like a drum rolling through it, which is really nice. the music video that we've seen for it, there's a lot of really positive staging elements that I think they could take to Vienna. I'm always curious when you have a big music video like that with like 20, 30 dancers in it, scaling that down can sometimes dilute the power of it, which I'm curious to see how they're going to work with that. But I think keeping that sort of staccato dance movements, I think that will work really well for it. I like the fact that it's in English, Hebrew, and French. I think their three languages all have very different pitches and sounds to them. So sort of interplaying them with each other, it just sounds really good. Yeah, based on recent voting patterns, I suspect this is going to do very well from the televote. And I suspect juries are going to respond to it as well because, as we said, he's got quite a rich voice. So yeah, I suspect this could do very well for Israel.
Okay, thanks, James. And what's your score?
I'm going to give it a solid 7.
Solid 7. It's getting a 6 from me. Bogdan?
7.
7, thank you. And Sarah?
6.
6. And finally, Rich?
6 as well.
Is that 6 as well? Thank
Yeah.
you. 32. 32. We're now going to Poland. Poland again had a national final this year. This year they're sending Alicia, who I believe who has tried to do her stuff before, but she's now finally got the gig. She's singing a song called "Pray," and she's co-written it with Sinclair Alan Malcolm and Veronica Gabrielczyk. This one is Sarah.
It is indeed. And yes, it is the same Alicia that was selected in 2020, who sadly didn't get to do her stuff because the old thing that you know was of his COVID-19. Yeah, but she's back. Yeah. And what I would say about this song is certainly shows a lot of how good her vocals are. It's also a song as well that I could almost imagine having been sung by the late Whitney Houston as well. There's a lot of sort of there's a mixture of there's a bit of R&B in it. There's some gospel elements of it, lots of key changes. And you can see from the performance that Alicia is a confident performer, yeah, with good vocals. What I would say is that it's a good song, but it didn't catch me instantaneously. I had to listen to it at least 2 or 3 times before I actually sort of got into it. I think it's a type of song that's a grower type song. And my concern is that obviously, again, it's back to that. If you've not heard it before the actual night it's performed, and it's not going to sort of grab people's attention straight away. Yeah, which is a shame, really, because Alicia is a very competent performer. Polish votes throughout Europe and the televote will probably get it through. And I think it's probably the juries will probably like it as well. I'd like to see her get through to the final because of the fact really that she missed out on 2020. It would be a shame if she came in and then was knocked out in the semi-final. So yeah, hopefully get through, but I think it's 50-50.
Okay, thanks, Sarah. And what's your score out of 10 for Poland?
Give it 7.
7, thank you. Rich, what's your score for Poland?
Probably a 6.
6, thank you. And James?
I'm going to give it a 6 as well.
As am I. It's a 6 from me. And finally, Bogdan?
Ditto. 6 from me as
Another
well.
6. Scores 31 out of 50. Right, the final one, and the flag will pop up very shortly. This is Ukraine. They're one of 3 countries, in my opinion, that get Eurovision. I think we've already seen one, and we've obviously still got one yet to come. They're sending Leleka, as opposed to Lelek, with a song called Ridnim, sung both in English and Ukrainian. And she's co-written it with Adama Tsefalu, Jakob Hagner, and Yaroslav Juice. Won Vidvir, the national final. Wasn't necessarily the expected winner, but I think they've gone for a very interesting choice here. It starts in like quite a dreamy sort of way, showing off her vocal. She's got Laleka has got a cracking voice on her, and that that alone, she could probably sing the phone book and make it sound beautiful and dreamy. Her voice is that good. Um, it's it's not going to need a lot of work done to it. I love the close camera angle. I know we've seen a few songs in previously that have used close camera angles, but this one suits it. It doesn't involve big wide shots because it's just on her and her alone. She moves around the stage very well. She makes good contact with the camera, partly because it's like 6 inches from her face. It's got a really good vibe about it. I mean, I don't think it'll have any trouble getting through to the final. Once it's there, it might struggle a little bit, I think, but it's only got to beat 5 or 6 songs to get through to the grand final, and I think it should do that pretty easily. As I say, Ukraine get Eurovision, and they sort of know what they're doing, despite all the factors. If the other factors weren't there, they'd still know what they were doing. So I really like this one. It's not one of my favourites. I won't go so far as to say that, but I do really like this. And my score for this one, for Rhythm, is 8 out of 10. Bogdan, what's your score for Ukraine?
I'm quite disappointed, but for me, it's only a 6.
A 6. Okay, fair enough. And Sarah?
A 6 from me as well.
6, thank you. And Rich?
7.
7. And finally, James?
I'm going to give it a 6 as well.
6. So that's a score of 33. So these are all quite well bunched together, as you can see. As you can see there, we've got Poland 31, Israel 32, Ukraine 33, Armenia 36, Azerbaijan a bit less than those. And our winner for this show on 42 is Georgia. So I'll quickly go around the team. Is there a potential winner out of this 6? I will start with Sarah.
I can't see a winner, but I can see a definite top 5.
Thank you. And James?
One I'd like to see win, but I think more likely top 10 finishes rather than winners.
Thank you. And Rich?
I'd hope one would make the top 5, but realistically, it will probably make top 10.
Okay. Bogdan?
I agree. Top 10 will be.
Yeah. There's definitely, and there's probably a hint on the screen at the moment as to which one we're thinking. This could do something and give a certain country one of their best ever results, I think. As I said at the top of the show, you can follow us on all manner of social media, including but not limited to X and Blue Sky and Instagram, and of course the website as demonstrated there. Feel free to like, subscribe, follow us. We've got loads of stuff planned for when we get to Vienna, and we'll give the coverage we can based on what we're allowed to do. So all that remains now is for us to say goodbye. So it's a goodbye from Rich.
Bye.
And Bogdan.
Bye, everyone.
And James.
Bye, everyone.
And Sarah.
Bye, everyone.
And me and Staggy. Thanks for tuning in and goodbye.